Hey, yo, how's it going, guys? Sixfthax here, bringing y'all today the draft analysis video for the Durham Druddigons in Let's Go GBA, which is GBA Season 9. So yeah, the Durham Druddigons are an official part of the GBA, which is kind of cool, I suppose. But what I'm mainly excited about is finally being able to show you guys. I've showed it on Twitter, people have seen it on the live stream. The live draft stream, but most of you have probably not seen it yet, and that is our amazing new logo here, the new Durham Druddigons logo. Shirts will be coming very soon. I'm trying to work out some things before shirts can happen, and there's gonna be a bunch of other stuff. It's not gonna be like regular shirts either. You know how people make shirts with just the logo on it. We're hopefully gonna get like a whole design around the shirt. I don't know, but very awesome things to come with this logo, and I'm so excited, and I hope you guys are as well. But for right now, we got to talk about our team for Let's Go GBA. For those of you who may be wondering, I will be doing an Ultra Sun and Moon League. We are actually currently drafting for that right now, and then hopefully that'll be starting sometime in the next couple of weeks. I want to say, I'm pretty sure it should be happening in the end of February. So at least before the end of February, we will hopefully have our first week matchup for APA Season 5, which is something else I'm very excited about as well. So yeah, Draft League content, guys, coming back. I did upload a quick little update video yesterday. It was about 7 minutes long. Would really appreciate it if you guys go check that out. And yeah, if you do enjoy this, if you are excited for the Durham Druddigons to be a part of the GBA, or if you're excited for this to be a Let's Go League, which I know, to be fair, a lot of people didn't like the fact that this season of GBA was going to be on Let's Go, but hey, it is what it is, so don't sit there and sulk about it, I guess. Just enjoy it as it is. So hit that thumbs up button, guys. Comment down below. Let me know what you think about our draft. Actually, no, let me know what you think about our new Durham Druddigons logo. I know my draft is decent. Like, I want to know about the logo, man. This logo is so awesome. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead, jump into our picks here. So there was 10 people for this season, and it was 8 mons each. The way we're doing battles is like 4v4, best 2 out of 3, so it can be anywhere from 2 to 3 games every single week because of the 20-minute timer on Let's Go. Obviously, certain mons were banned, like Mew, the starters, both Alakazams were banned, Mega Gengar was banned, the Mewtwo obviously was banned. So yeah, nothing like, oh, Melmetal 2, so nothing like really super stupid was allowed, except Mega Aerodactyl, which unfortunately there was no way we were getting Mega Aero at pick number 6. But I did get one mon I had my eye on, and that is going to be our first pick here, and that is going to be Starmie. So Starmie, I think, is actually pretty decent in Let's Go draft leagues. At least in theory, it seems really decent because fast psychic types are very threatening. That's why Alakazam and Mega Alakazam were banned, just because they're too fast and they hit too strong. So I figured, hey, Starmie is actually pretty speedy. Base 115 speed is very solid. I don't really think there's much else that's going to be faster than maybe like a handful of mons, or mons that are at least going to speed tie with this. So for the most part, Starmie may always be the fastest mon in the match. At least I want to say out of all the games we play, probably like 2 or 3, it may not be the fastest, but even then it does still have decent bulk, nice 85 defenses, nice HP stat. So with the bold or calm nature, it can take hits decently well. I think I've seen this thing take some nice hits. It's also one of the very few mons that gets access to recover, which makes it even better. It does get Thunder Wave, as we saw here. It gets Bolt Beam coverage. It gets its dual stab still, Flash Cannon. It gets dual screens as well if we want to take an offensive setup route potentially with the rest of our teams in certain matches. So it didn't really lose much offensively wise from Ultra Sun and Moon to Let's Go, so I figured, hey, Starmie was a pretty decent round 1 pick. And if I didn't get this round 1, I was actually going to get what I was able to get round 2 round 1, and that is Mega Beedrill. So I was stuck between Starmie or Mega Beedrill for round 1. Luckily, I did get Starmie, and Mega B was able to come back to me as well. So as you can see here, these are basically the 3 moves I will most likely always be running on Mega Beedrill, and even though it doesn't have adaptability, it still does have the benefit of having that nasty base 150 speed, 145 speed as well, making this probably the second fastest mon in its speed tier. I think it goes like Mega Arrow, Electrode, and then Mega Beedrill, which is pretty awesome because this allows Mega Beedrill to kind of act as a revenge killer, and with it being the type of revenge killer that gains you momentum as well, that in itself is very, very huge. Obviously, there is no items, there is no choice scarfs, so whatever Mega Beedrill is faster than, I can guarantee outspeed, knock it out, or chip it down with U-turn for the rest of my squad. And that in itself, I think, is really good. This fourth move, there's really nothing to really run, I think, on Mega Beedrill as a fourth move. Like Outrage, I guess, would be nice for certain matches. It gets X-Scissor if I don't think U-turn is hitting hard enough. I guess Brick Break or Facade wouldn't be entirely too bad either. Support moves, it doesn't really get any support moves. It doesn't get Defog anymore, unfortunately. There's no offensive way to boost its attack like Fell Stinger and 7th gen. It also does not get Swords Dance, unfortunately, but still that nice base 150 attack. And the speed, mostly the speed, man. Like I really feel like in Let's Go, speedy mons are going to be very, very nice to have. So in a format as well where it's 4v4, then there's 2 less mons to worry about. So if your opponent has nothing guaranteed faster than something, then that's really bad for them. So with Mega Beedrill and Starmie, I think I can guarantee at least one of them will just about always outspeed everything. So I'm very, very happy with that. Next off, we have Alolan Sandslash here. Now, this pick I feel is a little bit odd, mainly because the thing about Alolan Sandslash in Let's Go is that it gets access to Swords Dance and Ice Shard. Now, I don't think it got Ice Shard in 7th gen if I'm not mistaken. So I'm pretty sure this was only a Let's Go thing. If it's not, then regardless, I still feel like Swords Dance Ice Shard is super nice on Alolan Sandslash. It does have some pretty solid bulk, honestly. Base 120 defense, 65 SPDF, and 75 HP is nothing to scoff at, although it is quad weak to fire. Hidden Power Fire is not a thing, so that makes Alolan Sandslash also just a little bit better. It also gives us our first Stealth Rocker, which in a format where it's 4v4, rocks aren't that important, but you never know, maybe they could come in handy in certain games if we're facing people that have Charizard. So yeah, an instant 50% if they don't lead off with it is really good in my opinion. But the fact that it does get a priority stab move that it can boost to be even stronger, I really felt like that was valuable for Alolan Sandslash. We have the speed, we have pretty nice priority. This can also be a very solid sweeper late game. Again, just the chip damage that Mega Beedrill can get and even Starmie can get really helps out Alolan Sandslash potentially be a setup sweeper in certain games that we play. So really excited to use this thing. I hope that it can put in a little bit of work. Our next mon is going to be Dugtrio here. Now, I've heard a lot of people say that Alolan Dugtrio is actually much better than regular Dugtrio, but I figured that I already have a steel type in my Alolan Sandslash. Why would I want to have 2 steel types if I had Alolan Dugtrio as well? So that's what I didn't really like about it. I figured that the nice thing about Dugtrio too is that it's just so speedy. So at this point, I think you guys are noticing a little bit of a theme here. We have so much speed with 3 of our first 4 picks here, and we have some decent bulk with Alolan Sandslash, obviously, and we have priority as well. Plus, Dugtrio also gets access to Sucker Punch, which in itself is actually pretty solid. Earthquake plus Rock Slide does still hit a lot of things in Let's Go, which is super nice. Toxic, of course, is always very, very handy. There's not really much else I can say about Dugtrio. Gives us another rocker, although I'm really not too concerned about rocks. I just more so wanted the speed of Dugtrio and the priority of Sucker Punch. So at this point, I realized that I'm probably going to need to get a grass type. There's not many grass types around, and the 2 that I really wanted, which were both Executors, one of the 2, both of them got picked, so that was a little bit upsetting. So I figured that the next best thing that was available, because Venusaur and Megasaur were also gone, I think something else was gone as well, which is why I decided to ultimately go with Tangela here. Tangela, I'm not a very big fan of Tangela. I've seen it do work before though, and it's actually very, very bulky with the Violite, but this is Let's Go, there's no Violite, so I don't think Tangela is anywhere near as good in Let's Go as it would be in 7th gen, but I guess it does get access to moves like Sleep Powder, Stun Spore, both of which are actually really nice. Sleep Powder in general, mainly because if you put something on your opponent's team to sleep, that's 1/3 or 1/4 of their team gone, basically. And then if they let you knock out that sleeping mon, you can just potentially put something else to sleep, which in itself is also really good. So I really feel like Sleep Powder from Tangela is going to be very beneficial to us. It does get access to Leech Seed as well, which is amazing because in the metagame where all the chip matters, you are getting not only chip on your opponent, but you're also getting rid of any chip that your opponent did to you, which is just amazing. So I really feel like Leech Seed is an amazing move in potential Let's Go Draft League metagame. I get Sludge Bomb, Mega Drain, which was boosted to be as strong as Giga Drain, I believe, and that's like really it. I don't Constrict, I guess. I don't really know what else would you run on this. Toxic Substitute, Reflect isn't bad. Power Whip, I suppose, wouldn't. Yeah, okay, no, it's base 55 attack. Yeah, so there's not really much Tangela can do, but hey, it's a grass type and it leech seeds and sleep powders, so I will gladly take it. Hopefully this thing can put in a little bit of work. So moving on to our 6th pick here. Unfortunately, the one fire type I really wanted got picked the round before this round 6, and I really wanted to get Moltres. I felt like Moltres added so much to the team. Its dual stab is amazing. It's got Will-O-Wisp and Toxic. It also had U-turn and agility, which in itself made it a sweeper and momentum gainer, but as I said, it did get picked, so I decided to go with, I guess, the next best thing, which is Charizard, which does about everything that Moltres does, except that it doesn't get U-turn and unfortunately does not get agility, nor does it have Tailwind or Dragon Dance to try and boost its speed, which is a little bit unfortunate. But regardless though, Charizard is still a decent offensive mon. Base 100 speed and base 109 special attack is not the worst stats ever. Maybe we could even try to run like a bulky Toxic Roost set. That'd be kind of cool, but Zard here was mainly just because I needed fire type. And I also needed a ground immunity because I have a ground resist and Tangela, but I would like to have an immunity. I figured, hey, Charizard was just kind of sitting there, so why not? Yeah, Charizard's pretty cool. Decent enough move pool in Let's Go. It still gets its dual stab, which, as I mentioned, is really nice. Dragon Tail is cool, I guess, for phasing. Reflect for offensive moves, I suppose. I don't really know, but hey, we'll see what Charizard can do. So moving on to our next pick here, I got one of my all-time favorite Draft League Pokemon, and that is going to be our boy Remy the Raichu. Yes, good old Remy. Some of you guys may remember Remy from our P4G run, and where in the GBA D League he was known as Rey Mysterio. So yeah, we are bringing back Remy here, unmasked and everything. Remy was pretty nice because I wanted a speedy electric type, and I wanted something that could also potentially set up and have some type of priority. As you can see here, it gets agility along with reflect, which, to be fair, it could actually become a setup sweeper, because as we see here, its physical defense is its lowest stat, so you can reflect, agility, then your +2 speed. Obviously ground types are a giant issue for Raichu because it does not get access to Surf, doesn't get hidden power ice, and it does not get grass knot either. So we do have to beat down ground types, which I think I have enough answers for ground types, or at least enough way to pressure them to where Raichu can actually be very effective. Fake Out plus quick attack is also pretty solid because if you look at its stats, it has the same physical attack and special attack. So in a sense, Raichu can be a pretty solid revenge killer alone with Fake Out into agility. Encore is also really nice to allow it to potentially set up. Dual screens, very handy. Thunder Wave as speed control is always an awesome thing as well. So there's a lot of things that Raichu can do offensively and defensively and supportive. So I really felt like it would be a nice addition here. And moving on to our 8th and final pick, I really did not know what to get here. I wanted to get a very bulky normal type. I think Kangaskhan was going to be the original thing I got, but that got picked earlier in the round here. And I decided to go with Alolan Raticate, aka Greg. Gotta shouts out to my boy Greg here because he loves Alolan Raticate. But yeah, I got Alolan Kate. I don't really know what to say about it. Like, it gets Sucker Punch plus Quick Attack. That's kind of cool. Base 71 attack is okay-ish, I suppose. Like, its stats are really bad, but I figured the momentum is nice, the dual priority is nice, especially with Swords Dance. Swords Dance, Sucker Punch, Swords Dance, Quick Attack is very nasty. Still gets Double Edge, so it can do some type of heavy hitting move on certain things. Super Fang gets an instant 50% off. Even Hyper Fang has some merit to be run because it's still base 80. It doesn't do recoil like Double Edge, but of course it does give you a chance to miss. Regardless though, I'm excited with Alolan Raticate. I think it may come to a couple matches, and hey, it may surprise all of us here. So yeah guys, that is our squad. As you can see here, 8 mons, 8 pretty awesome mons with our awesome new logo. And hopefully we do have a great season this time around for the GBA. Once again, there will be an Ultra Sun and Moon League starting before the end of the month, so don't worry for those of you who want to see Ultra Sun and Moon stuff. It's not just going to be Let's Go Leagues before Gen 8 comes out. So yeah, regardless, hope you all are excited. Hit that thumbs up button down below. Comment down below letting me know what you think about our logo and what you think about the squad. I suppose, I don't know, squad's alright. I like it. We can't change it at this point, so hey, yeah, is what it is. So I will see you all tomorrow and probably next week with our first battle. I'm pretty sure our first match goes up next week or the week after next. I don't know. It's soon though. So yeah, see y'all later, everybody.